Welcome to the staffing orientation for Grapetree Medical Staffing. Today, we'll cover some topics to help you be the most successful when working as a highly qualified healthcare professional in one of our healthcare facilities. Let's get started. Here's what's on the agenda. First, our Employee Center, then Workforce Portal, how to request shifts, premium shifts, orientation forms and timesheets, scheduling tips, self-cancellation, previous employment, monthly promos, name badges, and after-hours assistance. We'll cover a lot today, and we know this is all new. So at the end of the training, if you have questions that haven't been answered, contact our staffing department and we'll be happy to assist you. The Employee Center on the Grapetree website, www.grapetree.com, is the best place to begin for all of our newly credentialed, ready-to-work healthcare professionals. The Employee Center gives you links to 3 important sites you'll be using, all in one place. At the top, you'll see a link to our Workforce Portal. This is where you will go to request shifts, view your schedule, and update your availability. We will review how to get logged into Workforce Portal during this orientation, but you may also reference the video found under Portal Instructions for additional assistance. The next link found here is for your Grapetree University dashboard, where you've been completing your Grapetree required credentials. Some credentials will need to be renewed on a yearly basis, so be on the lookout for emails reminding you that they are about to expire. At the bottom is the link for iSolve, your payroll service. Once you work for the first time, you'll receive a link in your email to set up your account. You'll be able to use iSolve to manage check stubs, W-2s, and other personal information. Next, let's explore the Workforce Portal. Once your credentials are completed, you'll be able to view and request available shifts, manage your schedule, and update your availability, all via the Workforce Portal. Plus, it's mobile-friendly for easy access on a tablet or smartphone. After you've completed all of your credentials, you'll get an invitation to join the Workforce Portal. The link will look like the image shown here. If you don't think you've received this link, or if the link doesn't work, be sure to contact the staffing department at extension 2704. When creating a Workforce Portal login, you'll need to set up a username and a password. Make sure that your password meets the complexity requirements shown here. Once you've entered a compatible username and password and click Submit, you'll be redirected to the login page for Workforce Portal. You can go ahead and enter your credentials and log in. If at any point you forget your username and password, you can utilize the Forgot Credentials link to regain entry. In the My Profile section of Workforce Portal, you can adjust your preferences for the shifts that will be shown in this portal. We recommend using the settings above with Only Preferred and Only Orient set to No, and Day Shift and Knock Shift set to Yes. We also recommend setting your default distance to 50 miles to give you more shift options. Below this, you can select when and how often you'd like to receive a notification regarding available shifts in your area. Once you've decided on your settings, you can click Submit. This is what you will see in the Request Shift section of the Workforce Portal. Here, you'll be able to adjust your mileage preference, view available shifts from pay period to pay period, and request shifts that you would like to work. If you feel you've made a request in error, please be sure to give us a call to help. Inside the Schedule and Availability tab, you'll be able to view your scheduled shifts and view available shifts as well to help fill in any holes in your schedule. You can also update your availability in the section by clicking on the icons for each shift time. Select DNW, short for Do Not Work, on days that you are unavailable and would prefer not to be contacted. If you're not by your computer, tablet, or smartphone, don't forget that you can update your availability anytime with your staffing specialist via phone, text, or email.
Next, let's take a look at the latest enhancement of the Workforce Portal, time entry. The icon for this section will remind you how many shifts you have waiting to be submitted for payment via the number in the top right corner. Once you've found the pay period that holds your unsubmitted shifts, you'll upload a timesheet here, choose which shifts are represented here, and create the timesheet here. Now that you've created the timesheet, you can edit each shift's specific information. You'll want to adjust the times to match what's on your timesheet, enter the length of your meal break, and select if you'd like to receive priority pay. You may be asking, what's priority pay? Priority pay is an awesome Grapetree benefit that gives you an opportunity to get paid before our scheduled payday for shifts you've worked. There's a $25 priority pay fee per check you want to receive, and if you submit by 8 a.m. on any business day, you'll be paid the following business day. Don't forget to check the box for each shift you want to request priority pay for and save the shift. Once you've adjusted your shifts as necessary, go ahead and submit your timesheet. As a reminder, timesheets not submitted for priority pay must be submitted the Monday following the pay period they were worked in by 8 a.m. Don't forget to make sure your timesheets are fully completed with dates, times, names, and appropriate signatures to avoid a delay in processing or payment.
You'll note that there is a credentials section in Workforce Portal. We won't be utilizing this function at this time, but keep on the lookout for enhancements regarding this page. Now that we've reviewed the Workforce Portal, let's take some time to chat about the ins and outs of working for Grapetree as a highly qualified healthcare professional. Although each facility will have a standard wage based on certification, we will occasionally have shifts available that offer a premium wage. A stat shift pays $1 extra per hour and typically applies to a shift if it is added 12 hours or less prior to the start time of the shift. Emergency pay shifts offer $5 extra per hour and apply when another Grapetree staff is canceled, so we are attempting to backfill the shift to keep our commitment to the facility. Our staffing department will always let you know if we are contacting you regarding a stat or emergency pay shift. Most facilities also have certain holidays for which they will pay a premium rate. This is dependent on the facility. Resource your staffing specialist for more information if you're interested in providing care on a holiday. When Grapetree sends you as a healthcare professional into a medical facility, our main priority is to make sure that you're providing the best care possible for the residents of that facility. That's why we utilize our first shift checklist form for all first shifts at new facilities. The form doubles as your timesheet and is a great way for Grapetree to be sure that you're being adequately oriented with a new facility and get some great feedback. First shift checklist forms must be completed in full as part of our accreditation process. Because some of our facilities are super busy and potentially understaffed, you may not always receive a full formal orientation. As a highly qualified healthcare professional working with Grapetree, we know you can handle it. It will still be up to you to get up to speed on the topics listed on the form. Let's review what we can accept as complete when it comes to first shift checklist. Here, you'll see an example of a complete first shift checklist form. As you notice, the date, time, facility name, and staff name are all completed. Under the orientation section, the supervisor of this shift has initialed next to each item, signifying that she has reviewed it with the Grapetree staff. She has listed an NA next to the portions of this section that are not applicable to the healthcare professional's orientation.
It's crucial that this portion be completed on every first shift checklist. You'll also want to get at least one performance evaluation, like the one on the right side of this form, completed per year. Lastly, the supervisor of the shift has signed the form, verifying the information provided.
Here is an example of an incomplete first shift checklist form. As you can see, the orientation section is inappropriately filled out, and we're missing an overall approval from a supervisor of the shift.
Here's another look at a complete first shift checklist form.
At Grapetree Medical Staffing, resident care and safety is our #1 priority. That's why we have a zero-tolerance self-cancellation policy. We consider a self-cancellation to be any time that you're unable to fulfill a scheduled shift with Grapetree. When you cancel out of a shift, we document the cancellation on your human resources record and we assess a booking fee. Please note that the booking fees may vary depending on what type of shift you are canceling out of. If at any time you do not contact us and then do not go to your scheduled shift, We will consider this a no-call, no-show, and the booking fee does double. To ensure that we can provide the best and most timely communication to our facilities, we also don't accept cancellations from shifts via text or email. We want to help all of our healthcare professionals be the most successful with our scheduling process. Here are some tips that we find valuable. First, when wanting to work at a facility for the first time through Grapetree, give us a call and we'll help you get booked and arrange an orientation with the facility. Once you've been booked for a shift, you'll get a confirmation email. This is our primary way of letting you know you've been booked into a shift, so be sure to keep an eye out for these in your inbox. We also recommend reviewing your schedule daily and referencing it before leaving for a shift, especially if you're traveling a far distance. We'll also send a cancellation email letting you know if you've been canceled from a scheduled shift. If you arrive at a scheduled shift and the facility doesn't show you scheduled, please be sure to call us so we can evaluate the situation. We want to do everything we can to keep our commitment to you since you kept yours to the facility. Scheduling errors can usually be avoided by not scheduling shifts directly with the facility and keeping Grapetree included in your scheduling process. It's also beneficial to keep all credentials up to date to avoid a delay in booking shifts that you may wish to work. To avoid a potential gap in resident care, be sure that you can commit to your selected shifts before booking. Lastly, we recommend you keep extra first shift forms and timesheets in your car. Don't discuss wages at facilities, and let us know if you've been a previous employee at a facility you're wanting to book at. Now that you've learned all about the basics, it's time to get to work. Once you've completed all of your credentials and received an official email from your credentialing specialist, you're all set to go. You will be receiving a custom Grapetree name badge that should arrive within a couple weeks of full credential completion. But don't worry, you can still work in the meantime. Once received, this should be worn at all times when working at a facility through Grapetree. We've reviewed a bunch of information today, and we know it's a lot to process. So what questions do you have? Please don't hesitate to contact us. We're always available to help, and we're so excited to have you as one of our bunch. Welcome!